Hey Sagittarius, welcome to your weekly forecast for June 22nd through the 28th. We're going to see what's happening the week ahead with this lovely deck here, which I'm holding upside down. And we're going to pull an affirmation for you all from this lovely deck here. So without further ado, Sagittarius, let's see what's going on as we're coming into retrograde season. We had summer solstice. We had this eclipsed new moon energy. So let's see what's in store for you guys the week ahead. And since these energies are going to be around for a while, we're going to see what this week is setting in motion for you for the future. Alrighty, my dear. So first and foremost, we have the King of Air. Okay, so this is air sign energy. If you have air in your chart, you might find yourself gravitating towards that aspect of yourself. Or even if you don't have air in your chart, you might find that you are kind of embodying the qualities or the characteristics of the King of Air or the King of Swords right now, which in this deck is described as someone who is brilliant Sagittarius. Some of you are claiming that brilliance for yourselves. Impartial, somebody who's impartial. Impartial is just kind of a fancy way of saying, like, you can be balanced. You can go into something without a bias, or you can make a decision based on the facts and not based on like what your preferences are or what you want it to be. You're open to, like, okay, you know, whatever's fair here, I can look at it for what it is and I'll make up my mind. Professional and diplomatic, right? So professionals kind of jumping out at me, Sagittarius. I feel like a lot of you maybe are wanting to be taken more seriously in your field of expertise, in your career, or you're deciding that you want to have a field of expertise. You're wanting to be seen as someone who knows a lot about a topic or a subject, or somebody who's being taken seriously in the work that you do or the work that you're wanting to transition into. All right. The message on this card says, speak your mind with confidence, seek out professional advice, balance mental and emotional considerations. So a lot of you are coming into this energy where you are wanting to be able to be heard, be understood, right? I'm just going to say there is a feeling or a sense of activism with this card for me. And so because of the energies that are happening right now with all of the full moon that we had this past full moon, and the new moon in Cancer, and the eclipse energy that came in, a lot of us for the next year or so are going to be really looking for ways to feel safe and secure and happy. People all over the world are going to be concerned with issues of freedom, like living life in a way where their rights are being respected and they're free to be who they are and to live their life at, you know, their best life. So some of you Sagittarius might be feeling the need to speak up. Okay, whether you're going into some degree of activism, speaking up against the things that you feel need to change about the world and how things are being done. And some of you are standing up to speak your piece or your truth in a way where you're wanting to lead a cause, okay? Or like a grassroots movement, okay? So what I mean by this is maybe some of you have social media and you have or you're starting social media and you're doing something in terms of, like, you're wanting to coach and teach people, or you're wanting to show them how to make better changes, or you're wanting to educate people about a subject or a topic that you feel a lot of people don't know enough about right now. So I feel like you're becoming more vocal in whatever way, whatever degree that is. You're becoming more vocal and you're speaking your truth. For other ones of you, this card is going to be about negotiations, finding a way to bring people together, or finding a way to get others to work with you by, you know, showing them how what you want is also good for them. Okay, the King of Air is the master of negotiation. The King of Swords is the master of negotiation. And if I'm not mistaken, you guys have had the King of Swords come up for you guys a few times now over the past few weeks. And you guys know every week I use a different deck. So this card, if I'm not mistaken, Sagittarius, it's been coming up for you guys. And the message here is that you are finding a way to convince others, or to get others to give you what you need, or to work with you by showing them why it's also going to be good for them, by finding the common ground. Okay, the King of Swords builds his empire, builds his kingdom, and, you know, establishes his success on finding the common ground and building from there. Your next card, Sagittarius, is Six of Air. How very lovely. Okay, so this is aligned with that energy of negotiation, of agreement, of harmony, of communication, because Six of Air is a card that has to do with getting away from drama, having a fresh new beginning, getting to a place, whether it's energetic or physical, where you're able to clear your mind. You're able to disconnect from the drama of the past, any disagreements, any arguing. You're able to put it behind you. Now, the message that's written on the card here is things are looking up. The end of a difficult situation, taking a trip. So some of you may be preparing for some kind of travel, or you're maybe wanting to go and scope out some places. I do feel for some of you this is in regards to business, whether you're wanting to go scope out places to where you're like, oh, I could set up shop here, or I could do business here, or I could do some kind of a tour and go to these different places. So I feel some of you might be planning some kind of work situation, or some kind of series of workshops or something along those lines. But for the majority of you, this is going to be about getting away from drama, focusing on what you want to build in your life, focusing on what you want to create in your life, and just being able to relax and unwind, being able to just kind of take a deep breath and leave the past in the past, have that clear slate kind of energy. I do feel for those of you that are going to be physically traveling or looking into physical traveling, I feel in the travels, when you do end up traveling, if it's this week or sometime later on down the future, there's going to be opportunities in some kind of relocation, right? So something that might start off as a trip or a visit might be like, wait a minute, I kind of like this place. I kind of feel at home here, right? And you might be looking at jobs, and you might be looking at the cost of living in the area, and you might start kind of just, you know, just out of curiosity, be looking at, you know, what you'd have to do to make it happen. And then all of a sudden, bam, boom, before you know it, something's opening up and you're relocating. So I do feel, Sagittarius, some of you may be manifesting some kind of a relocation. Your next card here is the Justice card. Some of you could be dealing with a Libra, or if you have Libra in your chart, that could definitely be coming up for you guys. However, Archangel Raguel is the angel that is represented in this card. And Archangel Raguel is the patron archangel of conflict resolution, is the best way that I can put it. You know, he's really good at helping clear up any misunderstandings, and he's really good at being able to help people uphold their rights in a harmonious, peaceful, constructive kind of way. Like, you know, everybody's building each other up, and we're coming into a higher evolution, or higher vibration, a higher frequency. So the message here on the card says, fair and just decisions, do what you know is right, stand up for your beliefs. Okay, so that's the message on the card. So some of you may be in a situation where you're standing up for your beliefs and you're doing what you know is right and making the decisions that are best for you. However, because Six of Air was the card that came before this, I feel like a lot of you are standing up for your rights in a very powerful way, in which you're just simply not engaging with anyone or anything that has been disrespecting you. It's like, to me, the fact that this card is coming up after the Six of Air, you're just completely and totally disconnecting. Like, you're like, you know what? I'm not even going to go back and forth with this person or this situation. They don't have power over me. They don't have any rights over me. I'm just going to go and live my life. I'm just going to go and do what I need to do for me, right? And if they want me around, or if they want to be in my life, they're going to have to get it together. And they're going to have to, you know, step up and understand that I'm not playing here. I'm not playing games here, right? Like, I'm not just going to sweep this under the rug or ignore what's not fair or what's not right. So I feel a lot of you are standing up for yourself in that way, where you're just kind of disconnecting. And it's a beautiful feeling, Sagittarius. So those of you that are actually coming into that empowerment in that way this week, I'm like giving you guys all like energetic high fives right now. And it's a beautiful, beautiful, powerful feeling. Enjoy it, savor it, you know? I've been there too myself. And I know what it's like when you're changing and growing and you're trying to convince people, or people don't agree with what you're doing. And then all of a sudden you realize, like, wait a minute, like, I don't have to go back and forth with them. I'm wasting a lot of energy here, you know, with this. I'm just going to go and do what I need to do. I'm going to put my time and my energy towards my work and towards things that make me feel happy, and just be around people who are going to be positive and supportive. I don't need to go back and forth with this drama. It's such a beautiful feeling when your eyes open and you realize that. And I feel a lot of you are coming into that energy this week, Sagittarius. Your next card here, my darlings. Oh ho ho, very nice. You have Knight of Earth, okay? So before we break down all the things that are written on this card, I'm just going to say real quick, the fact that Knight of Earth is following all your other cards, it makes me feel like Spirit is saying that, Sagittarius, you guys are really balanced right now with your thinking and your emotions, so that this isn't like one of those things where you get this big burst of hope and optimism, and then like the next day you're like, who am I kidding? I can never do it, right? A lot of us have been in that cycle. Let me know in the comments, because I know I have. And I think we all from time to time go in that cycle when we're like, oh, you know what, I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna do that, and yeah, and like we feel all excited, and then some time goes by and we're like, who am I kidding? This is hopeless, and we get all depressed again and we give up. But the fact that Knight of Earth is coming up, Sagittarius, I feel like you guys have made this shift for good. You've made this shift to where like you're like, this is my new MO. This is how I'm going through life from now on. I know where I want to go. I'm focused. I'm committing to myself. I'm making this promise to myself, and I'm going to keep it. I'm going to keep doing this. I'm going to keep moving forward. So this isn't like a fad or some like whim. Like, you're taking this change seriously, and you're committing to being consistent in this change. Being consistent, like letting your yes mean yes and your no mean no. And if you tell somebody something's not okay, you're not letting it slide a week later, you know. And when you put your mind towards what you want to accomplish, you're going to accomplish it, right? You're not just going to let it fall by the wayside. So these might be characteristics that a lot of you are beginning to come up within yourself, as I was saying, how you guys are going to be committed. So this is loyal, dedicated, honorable, kind even, right? So you might be boosting your kindness simply by not engaging in drama, right? If somebody's being foolish or unreasonable or stupid, or I don't want to like be negative and like label people, but if somebody is being a jerk in some way, right? You're just taking the high road by not engaging, by choosing love and choosing what's going to be the most loving thing for you to do for yourself. And that, in a sense, is kindness, because you're not fighting with anybody. You're not putting anybody down. You're not, you know, insulting anyone, even though they may do things that you could argue that they deserve it. You're choosing love. And so your demeanor is more kind, right? And then here it says, time to buckle down and get things done. Honor your commitments, a guardian angel. So you're being watched over and guided as you're making these changes and these transitions, and you're going into this energy of permanent change. Okay, you're buckling down, you're committing to yourself, you're getting this done, you're doing this. You mean business. Sagittarius, you mean business, and nobody's going to stop you. So we're going to go ahead and see what your affirmation is for the week. And as always, I encourage you guys to watch your moon sign and rising sign videos, because some weeks those are going to resonate with you more than others. You may need a private reading, which I'm more than happy to do for you. If you want to click on the Calendly link, you can schedule a private reading with me there. So your card says, my true safety lies in my capacity to align with love of the universe. I just got chills. Ooh, I just got chills, Sagittarius. I don't know if you did, but I just did. That's exactly what we were talking about. You're choosing love by doing what is most loving for you and aligning with the direction in which you feel called to go. And this little crescent moon here, right? It's like you're manifesting. You're manifesting, you're moving with the moon energy, you're moving with the moon cycles. This whole thing of feeling safe, this current moon energy that we're in, you are harnessing that. You're making it work for you. I would encourage you also to do any kind of root chakra work this week. It's going to be good for you because your card has a lot of red in it. It's like mostly red. We do have some traces of pink here, and pink for me, you know, it might symbolize something different for you. So if pink symbolizes something different for you, then I would say go with that. But for me, when I see pink, it makes me think of unconditional love. Loving yourself unconditionally and doing things for yourself that make you feel loved. But the red is going to be the root chakra. And so, you know, look up root chakra affirmations, root chakra meditations, root chakra sound baths. You know, it might be a good thing to incorporate this week. Alrighty, my darlings? Again, if you want a private reading, you can schedule through Calendly. If you want more love and romance, you can check out the love readings for June. They're linked in the description. Or if you want to check out the channeled angel messages for June, again, those are linked in the description. The July love readings and the July angel messages are going to be coming up later on this week. So if you hit subscribe and notification, you'll get a notice when those are posted. And I'm going to be announcing at the end of this week on Instagram and Facebook the winner of the free 30-minute reading that I'm giving away. Every month I give away one free 30-minute reading and I give away a prize. So the prize for this month is going to be a beautiful Angelite bracelet, Angelite stone bracelet. One person will win the bracelet. One person will win the free reading. I'll pick one winner from Instagram and one winner from Facebook. And so there's still time to get in on that if you haven't already. I'm just picking winners from the comments and the likes. I'm just seeing who's jumping out at me, and I just pick winners that way. It's free. You don't have to buy anything. You don't have to book a reading. I'm just seeing who's on the social media and picking winners from there. And I'm going to keep doing this every single month. Every single month somebody will get a free reading from me, and whatever the prizes will change every month. So I thank you guys for watching, liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing. Have a wonderful week, my dears. Take care.